Jiren's power efficiency is a huge revelation because stamina is king in Dragon Ball, especially once we start getting into higher power levels and transformations. You're essentially fighting yourself and also fighting your enemy when you have stamina issues. Vegeta mentioned that Jiren is able to remain completely relaxed until he attacks, meaning he's only burning the amount of stamina he needs in that specific moment. And the Saiyans are already at a huge disadvantage based off of powering up, transforming, and then having to maintain that transformation as well as that aura you see around their body, which is ki leakage. Now, going back to DBZ, they did refine their abilities, and you saw with Super Saiyan 1 how they made it more efficient by getting to like the full form. But once they got to Super, they ran into the same exact issue now dealing with Blue because they trained so much in their base forms, they didn't refine Blue, and it resulted in a huge bunch of issues. The best example is Vegeta losing 90% of his power just by showing off Blue to Kaba. And then to conserve energy, you see something like Vegeta using God to Blue and then back to God so that he can conserve energy in God while at the same time using the attack power of Blue, which worked for a while, but then, drawbacks happen. And then with Goku, he had this form called Perfected Blue, where he powered up and then locked all of the energy within his body, which allowed him to fight at max power the entire time, but that also had drawbacks. And I think that has to do with the Super Saiyan transformations needing so much management stamina wise. Now, to further add, if I was supposed to be able to measure their battle power and their stamina usage, and let's say that the max power is 1 million and the minimum stamina usage is zero point zero 0.01, what would happen is that if I asked Jiren to flex and show me a million, he would basically be at like 1%. And then when he's attacking, depending on how strong the attack is, it would jump to whatever number he's needing to use. Whereas the Saiyans, they're already at a disadvantage because they have to power up, transform, and then maintain that. So they could potentially be anywhere between 5 to 10% burning stamina, but then there's also that aura around their body, meaning that there's a possibility that if I ask them to remove the aura and just relax, that their power levels may drop. So it's possible that that 1 million you see is with the aura, but then it could be like 800,000 without the aura. I don't know. But the point there being is that if they wanted to refine their abilities the way Jiren has, they would have to stop relying on powering up the way they do and transforming the way they do. Maybe even not transform altogether. In the end, I think the Saiyans are having to create their own path because they have to combine the techniques they're learning into their biology. The way you see how Ultra Ego is very different compared to the Gods of Destruction transformation Topo did, and also the gods did when they were fighting each other. And Ultra Instinct is a transformation altogether where Goku now had to adjust it and make it his own so that he could use it while his heart is raging, at least in his base form. And there's probably more to talk about, but till next time, I'm out of here. Peace.